Hi, I'm Jimmy Palmiotti. Welcome to Investing Comics, and you're watching Dick.
Oh, hi, Internet.
Hello, Internet.
I'm Shaun from Famous Faces and Things.
I'm Sebastian from InvestComics.com.
Seriously lost all feeling in my thumb already.
Mine keep catching. Look at this. I don't understand how octopi do it.
I don't understand how people watch movies with this.
And this is fish. FFFIC.
Seriously. I think they do stuff to the movies with these on? Because
I don't know. What movies do people watch with tentacles? Have you ever watched a movie
dude,
with
don't
tentacles?
ask the Internet.
Hey, I want to see. I'm curious as to the posts that we get.
You've been to MegaCon, you know what's out there.
That's true.
But suction jobs. Sorry. Aquaman, number 17.
Was good. Can you hold it with that?
Aha. Sure copy on camera.
That's fine.
I can't do this anymore, I'm sorry. Okay.
This is the epilogue.
I was
Throne of Atlantis epilogue.
And it was really, really good. It's dealing with how the world now deals with Aquaman since the Atlantis attack and how they view him differently.
Yeah, he went from a joke to a dangerous threat.
Yeah.
He missed that hole in the middle that he wanted to be recognized, respected hero. He went from Aquaman to Aquaman.
Yeah, and my fingers are so numb from those things. They're so, and the next issue has to do with what's the Ice King?
Yeah, the Ice King.
So this is a really, really
what
good.
What time
epilogue.
is it? It's Aqua time.
This is a really, really good epilogue. I want to say
Arthur the Human and what do they call the dog?
Bubbles?
Aqua the Human and Bubbles the dog.
Oh,
it's
man,
fun that never ends. It's Aqua time.
Yeah, and they're
Ice King.
I want to know what's going on with Mare.
Apparently, yeah, when you're the king, you kind of have to estrange your wife if you're a king of people that tried to kill your wife.
Guardians 0.1, in my opinion, is the best book this week.
This is the book of the week pick because Sean's bailing me. And
this deals with a squirrel on a farm and a spaceship crashes and spent the night alone. Spent a couple months alone.
Yeah.
There's a baby that's made. And
even though he never knew.
Yeah.
He never knew.
Yeah. And it's just, this is really, really good. This is pretty much, it's not spoiling it, it's the origin of Star-Lord.
Yeah, and based on the way it goes, it's almost, you can almost believe that Star-Lord's origin is the movie Starman.
Yeah, but this is really, really good. Like, I'm not a huge Marvel space fan. I've read some of the stuff and I enjoyed it, but I always thought Star-Lord was awesome. This is awesome. I enjoyed this.
I would also like to point out, Internet, because this may crash the Internet, Sean's pick for Book of the Week was written by Michael Bendis.
Yeah, because it's not Avengers, so I'm okay with it. He doesn't do good Avengers stories. He got burnt out on them, just like Jeff Johns seems like he got burnt out on the Green Lantern stories. He just ran out of ideas. His first run on New Avengers was awesome, up until Secret Invasion, and then after that, it just went downhill. Granted, you were there when I had my Secret Invasion tantrum.
I'm just, look, he does a podcast for a month, and suddenly he's... Look how articulate this man is.
I'm very social.
Normally he goes, no, 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 when he doesn't like a book. But listen to him now, explaining. It's I'm so proud of you right now.
Deathmatch number something will never get my attention, though. It doesn't have a number. Why doesn't it have number 3? I'm sorry.
Numbers on the back. You got to get to the end to know where the hell you are.
It's not a good idea.
Thdeathmatch.
Selling stuff.
This book is so good. The trade's coming out soon. It's going to be $9.99.
What's the trade going to collect?
1 through 4.
Right.
And this is so good. I know you got the market's like inundated at the moment with you got all those those battle royale knockoffs. And did you realize? I realized this when I was thinking about it. Marvel has Avengers Arena, which is the same kind of thing where heroes killing each other.
That does look like Colossus.
But in a more forgettable moment for DC, they had with your boy with Kyle, they had Countdown Arena. It was the same thing. They were just killing off heroes from across. It was, but it ended in Arena, and it was heroes killing heroes just from across the 52. So weird. Apparently, for the big two, Arena means death. But Deathmatch is so good, and the art. How do you say his name? Carlos Magno. So good. This is a guy. He did some Planet of the Apes books that I read, and I think 3 other people did. But the art is gorgeous. It's so good. Read it. They do. And read this.
Avenging Spider-Man number 7.
It's good. I still like Avenging Spider-Man. Well, it's him. It's Doc Ock babysitting the kids from the Future Foundation, and And it's Doc Ock. He's finding the biggest problem he's having with the group is, of course, Bentley. So he keeps thinking, what would Peter Parker do? And then finally he goes, no, wait, this kid is basically a supervillain in training. I'm asking the wrong question. What would Dr. Octopus do? And he whispers some threat that we never get to see. And at one point at the end, you got one of the girls saying, like, so what happened? And one of the kids is like, Spider-Man made Bentley pee himself. And he's like, I did not. So for that alone, read it.
Hawkeye number 8. It's really, really good. The problem I have found with Hawkeye is that it's so good, you get accustomed to it being so good, and you expect every issue to be amazing. And when it's just so good, you're like, all right.
When it's a 99 on a scale of 1 to 10, you feel disappointed because it wasn't the 100 you got used to.
Oh, okay.
See what I did?
No, it finally made sense. You broke me for a second and fixed me. But this is really, really good. This has to deal with, I forget her name, that girl.
Oh yeah, the one that you got in trouble with in the first place. What I got a kick out of was everybody. There's no explanation for it other than just it's the art style. But everybody, all the females in this issue, all the ladies are dressed like circa 1960. Like Black Widow is in like her Black Widow outfit.
I like the Marvel romance tags that they.
Oh yeah, all
those are pretty cool.
They did all these. The chapters are broken up by covers to fake Marvel romance comics. So good, so good.
Yeah, and it's Aja drawing this, and he draws. Yeah. He's the best illustrator in Marvel. Supergirl number 17. Is this the end of the Hell on Earth story or no? There's like a piece left over. It's gonna end in Superman, but this was Supergirl versus Wonder Woman in like the old days. They take turns, but in the end, yeah, they do.
They get some interesting respect for each other. Wonder Woman at the end just draws a sword, and it's coming towards Hell because Supergirl has finally figured out that Hell really did lie. It's not just everybody. Apparently, the Justice League didn't just show up to make this stuff up. Apparently, Hell really is killing Earth to save Krypton. So she's like, wait, that wasn't the deal.
Now I have to ask, where does this take place in Wonder Woman continuity? Because she seems to be very busy.
Somewhere between
Okay.
Around Wonder Woman and Justice League. I'm convinced there are two Wonder Womans, and they're gonna have to fight in the DCU.
Fury Firestorm number 17 is the second to last issue, I believe.
It is. It is good. It's the second last issue. I bought it because the Titans crossed over, and because Dan Jurgens drawing the Titans gave me hope that I'd get some decent Titans. We'll talk more about potential for decent Titans later in this review. But it was good. There were a couple. I love Jurgens. I love Dan Jurgens. I love Dan Jurgens. He draws, especially with hairstyles. His characters are kind of all trapped in like
the 80s,
90s. You know, it's
late 80s,
which is almost
90s.
worse. Yeah, it's like they're all trapped in like 92. But even some of the dialogue, there was a moment there. You know, the now 16, 17-year-old Firestorms that are these two high school kids. Ronnie, the jock half, is referencing U2, like that's what today's high school football players are listening to. You know,
I'm totally listening to U2.
Are you a 16-year-old in high school right now?
You don't know what I do.
It's true, I don't. But I spend my day around a bunch of 16-year-olds in high school when I'm teaching. And,
They're not in high school.
Well, some of them are older.
Talon number 5.
Some of my students are older.
Talon number 5.
Talon number 5 is still great. This book is awesome. That big scary Talon is he's just scary.
I gave up on this book.
He's got some downtime and he's annoyed, so he just kind of arbitrarily picks an apartment to go kill people in because he can. And as he's killing them, he's just nonchalantly explaining. Batman and Nightwing, I think, are going to have a bigger part in the next bit. But and it's just good. But that big he breaks in, this big scary Talon guy breaks into an apartment, just starts killing people while explaining to them, no, you see, I've had a bad day. Here's what I plan on. And they have no idea why they're dying or what this guy's going on about, but he kills them in mucho slowness.
Legend of Luther Strode number 3 is phenomenal. It is absolutely brilliant. It picks up right where the last one left off. There's no lag. There's nothing.
Boom.
It just goes straight
literally
into
boom.
it.
This is like this whole issue is just fight of the century.
Yeah, it's just a beat 'em up knockout fight the whole time. If you're going into this expecting Alan Moore writing, you're sadly mistaken.
Although there's
great dialogue. It's just not a
great
reading book. It's just look at the.
It's great dialogue with just blood dripping off it.
And it's awesome. You find out more about the people who also have powers.
You find out the history of the secret.
It's a pretty cool history.
It is. It is.
Thunderbolts number 5. I forgot to read this. I totally forgot to read
this book. That's my review. This book is fun. I like this book. This book makes me happy. Deadpool. I'm enjoying Deadpool for the first time since what was the X-Force? Yes. Yeah. If the right people write Deadpool and surround him with other characters, it's good.
Flash number 17. Okay.
The hell, people.
All right. Yeah. All right.
That's my review.
Uncanny Avengers number 4.
That's good. That's good. Did you read this?
No, its release date messed with me. Like the scheduling. I'm just going to wait for it in trade so I can read it all in one big chunk instead of it might come out this month.
Havoc and Scarlet Witch versus Thor. Awesome.
All right.
Cap versus now Xavier powered.
I heard the ending was really good.
Yeah, the ending is a return of a character, a return of a villain that was a big deal, but he's not quite the same, but he's sort of the same. Because, right, I think Xavier was... See what they did there?
That's cool.
I like the little convertible Xavier just standing there. Why would you bring around his little headless body?
Red Lantern 17, Wrath of the First Lantern, Part 4. I don't know exactly, because I'm only reading the Green Lantern parts of it. What is... explain this one to me, please.
White Lantern is there a little bit.
Sure, but he should be. He was in all the other ones.
He's basically there to... He doesn't do the whole cool, let me look through your life. He just kind of walks up and says, hey, inexplicably brought back ghost of... I mean, I've been reading it. I don't remember the explanation. The ghost of... what's his face? Who's the...
Dude, I haven't been reading it. All I know is I keep seeing this Constantine previews and I want to read it.
Who's the evil guardian that Atrocitus was so mad at?
Krona?
Yeah. I was gonna say Kronos, but I think that's the other guy. Yeah. But yeah, Krona. So yeah, White Lantern, the original Power Lantern, first Lantern guy shows up and goes, Krona, no, bye, gone.
Cool.
And then kind of messes with Atrocitus, Atrocitus kind of explains his rage to somebody, and yeah, it's.
All right, Young Avengers number 2. What the hell?
People keep, you keep seeing people on it, raving about this.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't.
I
really want it.
Well, here's the thing. Did you read the first series?
I've read all the other series.
Okay.
I've loved all of them.
But you don't love this one?
No. I don't love it at all.
Okay. I know Karen Gillan? However you pronounce his last name. He wrote Phonogram, and he's wrote some other, teen books where they were very teenage, young adult heavy, and they're really, really well acclaimed. If it's anything like this, I don't know how.
Well, ultimately, what I felt about this, and tell me if you because we read and love those other books, what parts of this, especially that whole Loki pulling people out of comic panel things,
I thought that was stupid.
What it made me feel like is it's trying really, really, really hard to be the same kind of cool that Mark Waid's Daredevil and who's writing? Is it Fraction's Hawkeye. It's trying. I think it's trying too hard to do what they just do naturally, and it's not.
And the thing was, they introduced all these characters in the first one, and so far it's only focused on 2 heavily, and it just started introducing Loki. So 3 out of 17 Young Avengers, and I don't care about that guy.
I don't like young Loki.
Yeah,
young Loki annoys me, and not in the way like he's supposed to. Just no.
All-Star Western number 17.
So good. It's
I don't think this is coming.
Vandal Savage and a plague come to Gotham. Coincidence? You decide. And Vandal Savage also decides he wants some back grandma. Apparently, Bruce Wayne's great grandma was a little hottie, and Vandal wants to savage her. See what I did there?
Oh, I almost forgot a book. I'll leave that open so we talk about that book.
And then, we got to do the thing. We should have started with that. We're so stupid.
Yeah,
because we don't have any. But yeah, so they put a bounty out to go save the wife of whichever Wayne is still alive, and I'm lost on names at the moment. But as I say every time with any of these books, it's Palmiotti and Gray. They are some of the most underrated, awesome writers in all of writerosity, and you should be reading this book.
Okay, before we forget, because we don't have any copies.
Jay, put a digital copy here. Put a picture of.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing. See, no one informed. Jay doesn't inform me of anything. He doesn't send me emails for my podcast. He doesn't send emails for Fit. What the hell, Jay?
I don't even know. This time it's us not communicating with Jay. This time Jay finds out that we want him to do this stuff when he watches this. Put a little copy here of the
Batman Incorporated number 8.
Of the Batman Incorporated number 8 cover, because the store got shorted, so we're sold out.
Oh,
so
yeah,
but
we sold out. It wasn't intentional. We ordered more than enough, but due to shipping error, we're going to get more of them next Tuesday. So if you're local and you watch this show and we don't have any on the shelf, I apologize. We will have them next Tuesday, though. We'll have more than enough, and they will be first printings.
So not only is Robin late, but so is the book.
Yeah. So in this issue, I don't care if it's a spoiler alert. It's already...
It's not a spoiler alert at this point.
Robin dies. Damian dies. Did you read it?
I read parts of it.
Okay. I've been reading Batman Incorporated, but I guess they're
read.
fighting these villains, and I guess this guy's a clone of him.
Damien killed himself.
But it never shows his mom controlling him, but it implies it. So Damien gets killed by himself, and at the very end, it's that classic image of Batman on his knees holding Robin. There's plenty of rumors out there. I can go into them, but I don't want to because I don't know how people feel about spoilers on who the new Robin's going to be. But I can tell you to pick up Batman and Robin 18 and 19. That's the only thing I will tell you, because you find out in one of those issues, I think it leads at the end of 18.
I cannot imagine who it could be.
Do you really not know who it is? Or do you know who it is?
I don't know. If you get me mad, I'm just going to go off on a row.
Okay. Justice League Dark number 17.
Justice League Dark number 17. This book is gorgeous. This book is great. Jeff Lemire is another one who can
I was
write
really
the hell out of
expecting a
anything.
poem from that.
This book is gorgeous. This book is great. It's following the Bat review, which we're gonna get late. Yay! But no, it's continuing them trapped in this magic verse where they are, and Frankenstein. If he was as awesome as he is in this book, in his own would still be here, and this would not, because maybe they both would live side by side in harmony. Frankenstein is awesome in this. I may actually have to go read those trades.
Uncanny X-Men number 2 was really, really, really wrong.
I was waiting to see what you ended on.
It was
really
good. I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed X books, but wow, this took a while to read this morning.
This one felt the most like a Bendis book.
Yeah, it's like it was cool laying out the new headquarters that they have.
Yeah,
it is cool.
I think
the first
that was the
issue's
best part.
out. If you're trade waiting, I'm sorry, that's your own fault for trade waiting. I don't care if you trade wait. It's cool to see Magneto turning on them. And
It's awesome to see Magneto be the good guy on the team, and Magic is a little scary.
I don't want to mess with her.
A little scary.
Jennifer Blood number 23. It's not Garth Ennis.
I think this is the last issue because they spoiler alert, the blood at the end of this issue is all Jennifer's.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah, that's a little thing.
Oh wow! Holy crap! Oh my God! Where's her eyes?
Yeah, that's the chick Jennifer was fighting, but all the others kind of shanked her in the back. There.
Well, it happens.
So and it ended okay, but really it just made me happy that it ended, because this is a book that after
it couldn't even make it to 24. It had to end at 20. It couldn't make it 2 years. It couldn't do it.
After Ennis left, this book, it didn't just jump the shark. It jumped like
to jump into. The
it jumped SeaWorld.
That's impressive. Okay, Lone Ranger 13
is awesome. This book, I love this book. Lone Ranger. This issue is a little done in one, although there may be some repercussions from it. But this issue deals with a town where they're selling off all the Chinese women who were part of the families that worked on the railroad, and then they had incurred debt, as it were. So people said, "Oh, we'll help you with your debt," and this guy is basically selling them off as like, buy a bride, but permanent whore kind of deal. And the Lone Ranger and Tonto, they don't think that's such a good plan. And it's just really, really good, really good story.
Teen Titans number 17 is one of the best looking books. And
It's
one of
beautiful.
the most tedious books to read.
It's almost worse that having Eddie Barrows on art.
That's fine.
But it actually almost makes it worse because now the art is so gorgeous that it's so uneven that the art is here.
It was so hard to read this.
And
the only reason I read it was
is there.
I saw the Death of the Family Time.
And even Eddie Barrows can't make that new Raven costume look good.
Mask number 4.
Oh, Masks number 4. Is good. Is not great. Is good. I like.
Okay. Warlord of Mars 23.
Falls in the same category. It is most of the Dynamite has a handful of books that I just don't like, and then they've got a bunch of books that I love, and there's that middle row of books that it is.
Where's Peter Cannon Thunderbolt number 6 fall?
Peter Cannon is he's sitting on the fence between meh and awesome.
What about FF?
But the art is gorgeous, by the way.
FF number 4.
It's just weird.
I hate this art.
I love the art. I love Mike Allred. I love Allred's art.
His faces, like, don't get me wrong, it's a very. I love the cartoony style. Just his faces are not
I love
good.
this. No, I love Allred faces. They're Allred faces. That's what makes them awesome. There's just something about this book that doesn't quite. It should be one of my favorites, and it just keeps not being that.
We're gonna get into trades real quick, so I'm pretty sure we're running out of time. Or you probably have to.
I should have left a year ago.
Black Mirror, Batman Black Mirror by Scott Snyder. You haven't read that. You can't clap.
I'm clapping because I own it now.
Yeah, this is Scott Snyder's first Batman story. This is phenomenal. This is Dick Grayson's Batman, and I know I went over this when it was in hardcover, but you need to pick this up in trade. This is one of the best Batman stories.
Your refresher course.
Yes, I love this story. If you don't like this story, you can come to Melbourne, Florida, find me and smack me with this book. I don't care. Seriously, someone's going to smack me now.
It'd be awesome if they don't warn you. Bring your hardcover.
Bloodshot trade paperback volume 1. Collects the first 4 issues.
Oh, so good. I tell you every time there's a Valiant book that Valiant hasn't done a damn thing wrong. It's good. Read this. It is awesome.
Dark Crystal volume 2.
Oh, I love these books. The art is gorgeous. All right, Brian Froud did most of the overlooking of what goes on in here, and then it's the creation story. You get more of the history of Olga and her wayward son. You get.
Do they carry on? My wayward son.
They do carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. But for right now, we broke a crystal, and you actually get the origin. You actually get to see the story where the crystal.
Don't you cry.
No. But the crystal breaks. You get to see the split of the birth of the Skeksis and the Uru from the Urskeks. And there's
I feel like you're talking
dirty
to the camera.
I am talking dirty to the camera. I'm gonna Uru your Skek. But
I can't get these all on.
So you get all sorts of origin, and then it's going to lead up to this. There's at least a 3rd volume coming out that should wrap up the origins of the Dark Crystal world. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Who puts this out? Okay.
My finger's
gorgeous.
Bye, internet.
Goodbye.
Chavon.